Good morning, everybody. It's Austin from Urban Sadhu Yoga, and I wanted to remind you that this Sunday, January the 14th, from 5 to 7, I'm going to be teaching a workshop, The Tail Wagging the Dog. This is about the anterior, post-anterior, and neutral pelvic tilts, and how those pelvic tilts affect your asana, and how you can become more aware of how to manipulate those pelvic tilts to change the alignment of your asana. When you think about yoga asana, we use all of the pelvic tilts in asana class. Think about cat-cow. When you are in a cow, you're in an anterior pelvic tilt. When you're in a cat, you're in a post-anterior pelvic tilt. And it's actually the movement of the pelvis that moves the spine that allows everything, the head, the shoulders, to move. So the pelvis, you can start to think of the pelvis as the axle of a car. Wherever the axle and the support system of the car turns, then the car is going to turn with it. But what happens when we're unaware of the pelvic tilt and how the pelvic tilt affects asana? So if you think about triangle, trikonasana, if you're unaware of the pelvis, what happens is you kind of end up collapsing into the triangle instead of finding a way to lift up into the triangle. And it's all in the pelvis. It's not really in the hamstrings. It's not really in the side of the body. It's not in the vertebrae. It's all in what's going on in the pelvic tilt, and probably also a little bit of the idea that you have to get to the floor to actually find the alignment of the asana. When you start to understand how to manipulate the pelvis a little more, you find a different alignment, and you find an energetic that's more upward instead of collapsing into it, but it's all coming from the manipulation of the pelvis and understanding the different pelvic tilts. You'll find that in many other asanas, such as in back bending, you will find that there's a very deep post-anterior pelvic tilt that happens so that you can get into the deep arch of that back bend. So the pelvic tilt is useful in many directions, and just becoming aware of the pelvis. So what we'll do in this workshop is we're going to start out by actually dancing a little bit. We'll dance a little bit, and we'll find how to move the pelvis with music and just movement and rhythm. Then we'll start looking at the biomechanics of the pelvis in an asana practice. So again, I hope you will join me this Sunday, January the 14th, 5 to 7 at Urban Sadhu Yoga in Jersey City. I'm pretty sure we're going to also maybe live stream this one, so or at least record it. I had a couple of my apprentices ask me to record it because they couldn't be there. So I'll have it on a recording, if you're interested in how a healthy pelvis can actually also help with lower back pain and other things, and just mobility in general, this would be a great workshop for you. So I hope to see you there, and you can sign up for it at urbansadhuyoga.com.